Welcome to the inaugural episode of Dickheads of the Australian Liberal Party. And for our first inductee, we have Victorian State Shadow Treasurer and member for Ripon, Louise Staley. Now, if that name sounds familiar, she's the MP who's been in the news the last couple of weeks, pushing the QAnon conspiracy theory that Daniel Andrews' recent spinal injury wasn't the result of an accidental fall, but was in fact the result of a botched assassination attempt, which is now being covered up by the media and the government. Now, Staley's version of events has been rejected by Ambulance Victoria, Victoria Police, the state government, Daniel Andrews' family, anyone with half a brain, but she is still pushing those allegations anyway. By way of background, Louise was elected to the seat of Ripon in 2014 after the 15-year Labor incumbent retired. In 2018, at the state election, she sought re-election, and to do that, she ran on a tough on-crime platform, as did all of the Victorian Liberals. If you take a look at her Facebook page from posts around the 2018 state election, you'll see a common theme. Louise often complains that too many criminals are out on the streets and that not enough jail sentences are being implemented. Now, if Louise was upset about criminals on the streets of her electorate in Ararat, imagine how scared she would be to find out that there's a criminal not just on the streets, but who has been the director of several local health authorities and is now in the state's shadow cabinet. That's right. Old tough on crime Louise has not one, but two convictions for drink driving. For Louise's second conviction, her blood alcohol level was 0.1. That's twice the legal limit. Now, of course, Louise's last conviction was 20 years ago. She certainly hasn't been caught drink driving since. But she has personally advocated for harsher sentencing for other criminals, despite the fact that she was never imprisoned for either of the two jailable offences she was convicted for. Is Louise Staley really the sort of person you want deciding sentencing standards or amending the criminal law? Personally, I could forgive the flagrant disregard Louise showed for the safety of other road users both times that she got herself pissed and then drove a car. Maybe the families of people who've been killed on the roads by drunk drivers couldn't, and I'd understand that, but I could. Because I believe that people, even convicted criminals, can change and deserve a second chance to change. The trouble is, Louise only thinks that she deserves a second chance. Here she is, an MP despite her criminal past, an MP despite getting one of her drink driving convictions while she was seeking pre-selection for her seat, yet she ran on a campaign that would deny others both the leniency and the opportunities that she has enjoyed. If your idea of a terrific Tuesday afternoon is to pop on a tinfoil hat, get yourself absolutely stonkered, then go for a drive, then Louise Staley is the candidate for you. If not, then I'm sure you'll agree she's a fantastic example of the many dickheads of the Australian Liberal Party. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.